From KUNC and the NPR network, this is In The NoCo. I'm Erin O'Toole. Visitors to Colorado ski resorts can ride to the top of the mountain in a sleek gondola, or take a high-speed 4-person chairlift. Or, if they head to one of the state's smallest resorts, they can ride up in a trailer pulled by a snowcat, which is sort of a giant snowmobile. Cuchara Mountain Ski Park in southern Colorado operates on weekends without a functioning ski lift and serves just a few dozen skiers per day. They charge $40 for a daily pass when many of their gigantic competitors charge more than $200. Cuchara recently received a $250,000 grant from the state to help with operating costs. So we wanted to know more about how a small nonprofit ski resort sustains itself in a state where behemoth ski resorts are the norm.
We have the same families coming up with their kids every Saturday and Sunday, trying to get as many laps as possible, as well as some people from out of town over the holidays.
That's Ken Clayton with the Panadero Ski Corporation that manages Cuchara, which is near Walsenburg. He talked with me a bit about why he believes this place has a bright future and what makes it special.
Standing up there on a sunny day, you have beautiful views of the West Spanish Peaks. It's amazing because we stood up there many years where it was ungroomed and there was not a lot of snow. To be able to stand up there and watch people enjoying themselves is a wonderful feeling.
Ken, I want to go back in time a bit because Cuchara has struggled at times. Cuchara was a for-profit ski resort with ski lifts when it was abruptly shut down by its Texas owner in 2000. What caused that shutdown?
Well, I will tell you that I was not there in the year 2000, so I can only tell you what I have been told. But it was a corporation run by a bunch of Texans, as you mentioned, who had very little experience in the ski industry. And it's a common belief up there that it was really a corporation run to develop real estate. And the real estate was not enough to support the mountain.
So let's move then to 2017. That's when a group of locals came together and raised the money to buy the land that is currently the ski park. They then donated that land to Huerfano County and created a nonprofit to manage Cuchara. What did success look like to that group back in 2017?
So there are actually two different groups. Back in 2017, the Cuchara Foundation, which was the group that raised the money and donated the park to Huerfano County. And then there was a separate nonprofit started, Panadero Ski Corp. And the sole purpose of Panadero Ski Corp was to get the lift certified and operational.
Well, then we should mention that Cuchara right now has no functioning ski lift, although you've made attempts to get it working. Tell me why that is not running.
So we spent a lot of time with some consultants that were recommended to us from the state and went through a bunch of work that they recommended, spent a couple summers working on the lift, bringing it up to par, maintenance that hadn't been done in 20 years. Only to really discover that the entire electrical system had to be upgraded. So the drive motors, the electrical systems.
Okay, well then tell me how you decided to use a snowcat to take skiers up the mountain.
So it was the fall of 2022, and we consistently have a community that is 100% behind us, supporting us, donations, time. They put in a lot of hours and hard work helping us get this thing to work. And at the end of 2022, it became apparent that we weren't going to get it certified. There is one paid employee up on that mountain, and he's our maintenance director. And he said, we're going to have skiers. We're going to haul people up to the mountain. And he went and bought a car hauler that you would see pulling a car behind a truck down the highway.
Wow.
And fabricated what we call the ski bus.
I love it. Where do people sit? I mean, because I've seen the car haulers you're talking about, it just looks like a metal ramp.
So being thrifty and very handy, he found a bunch of used school bus seats that were free on Facebook Marketplace and drove down to Denver and picked up 11 two-person seats, proceeded to weld those to the metal deck of this trailer, and then build a surrounding cage, if you would, but it's more like a wall with ski racks. And he just said, I'm going to do this and we're going to get people up on the hill. And this is the result of his stubbornness, I guess you could say. But he wanted to reward the community.
Amazing. I have to ask, Ken, how do skiers react when they see the snowcat? I mean, are they nervous the first time to get on this?
No, I think that just the thought of snowcat skiing for the average person up here is they envision, several $1,000s a day and steep powder. So this is their way of getting to snowcat ski for $40.
How many people can fit onto the trailer that the snowcat is pulling?
22 people at a time. Okay. It's a party with 21 of your best friends for 5.5 minutes.
So Cuchara currently runs only on the weekends. There is a small staff to operate the snowcat and a ski patrol. How many tickets do you currently have to sell to keep this operation going?
So we are a nonprofit, and so roughly 35 to 40 tickets every day will keep us making money and sustainable.
Okay. And then how many tickets are you currently selling? Are you meeting that target?
The first couple of years. So in 2022, we opened for 3 weekends, I think, and we were right at that number. 2024, we were a little bit above it. And because of the grants that we've received this year and the press releases and all the interviews we've done, we're currently about twice that.
Ken, the community around Cuchara is small. As we have seen in other resort communities, a ski resort often brings more housing, more people, more economic growth. How do nearby residents feel about the community getting bigger and busier if Cuchara continues to grow?
So for the most part, the nearby residents are people who have had homes up there for decades. The people that were there back in the day grew up skiing there, their kids skied there, and now they're bringing their grandkids there to ski. There are a few people that don't want any growth, but I think with the limited resources up there, growth will, occur, but not at a rapid pace. The community's okay with that. We believe small is great, and we also believe that there is a need for affordable skiing so we can create skiers for the future.
Ken Clayton helps manage the nonprofit Cuchara Ski Park in southern Colorado. Ken mentioned that supporters still hope to replace that snowcat that hauls skiers to the top of the mountain with an operational lift someday soon. He says when that happens, the resort will be able to take about 300 skiers up the mountain each hour. We'll put a link to more coverage of Cuchara from our friends at the Colorado Sun in our show notes and at KUNC.org. And just a note, we podcast every interview we publish, so you never have to miss a minute of the show. And you can find all of our podcast episodes at your favorite podcast platform and at KUNC.org. And that's it today for In The NoCo. I'm Erin O'Toole. Thanks for listening.